Our House was on every week at my house. I love that show. 1986, 1987, 1988. I was heartbroken when that show was canceled. And I'm heartbroken today, July 14th, to report the passing of Shannen Doherty. How's it going, everyone? This is Christian Duke. You're watching... Sorry. This is Christian Duke. You're watching Sight Sounds Flavors on YouTube, sightsoundsflavors.com. If at any point in time you like the video, please smash that like button. Please subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, and please leave a comment down below. I'm a little choked up, guys, and I'm not going to do a retake. I'm not going to pretend like, this is just some other news story. As a child, I grew up on Our House. Gus Witherspoon, David and Molly. And then, as an adolescent, I was watching 90210 and I was looking at Shannen Doherty, Brenda Walsh for that show in a completely different light than I was looking at her on Our House as Kris Witherspoon. On 90210, I mean, she was like a pinup for me. I had Shannen all over my walls. And I, probably shouldn't get into too many specifics, but the way that I admire her changed. I was a young, all-American, red-blooded American, teenager, But, she battled cancer, and I believe I saw some interviews of her on Howard Stern. She had some not so good dating relationships. And I tell you, on a very, very interesting level in terms of her relationships and her luck in life, kind of reminded me a little bit. I mean, I don't want people to get all, but a little bit with Dana Plato from Different Strokes, who also, had a very, very sad demise. And, but I think drugs were involved there, where I don't think they were with Shannen Doherty. But I just think that Shannen, for all of her successes on Our House and 90210 and in movies, and she did a lot of stuff. I mean, she's a very, very talented actress. And, but cancer is relentless, and that's why, people, even when they're in remission, they still don't sleep on cancer because it can come back. I just can't. I'm sorry, guys. I can't. She's just 53 years of age. I mean, she's a kid. 53. I mean, that's nothing. I can't. We lost Dr. Ruth. We lost Richard Simmons. Then we lost Shannen Doherty, all in the course of 24 hours. I mean, that's. And then you have the Trump attempted assassination. I mean, the last couple of days have been very, very, very difficult. But, I like to think she's up in heaven with Luke Perry. They were the couple on 90210, and they were very, very dear friends. Luke Perry, I think, died in 09 maybe, or 10. Just very, very sad all around. Shannen Doherty, Kris Witherspoon, Brenda Walsh. Like I said, I mean, and that's rare also to have an actress on two shows, one that you loved as a kid and one that you loved as a teenager. And my gosh, 90210 went maybe even to my early 20s. I mean, 90210 was around a long time. And I think it spanned the entire 90s, because I think Our House wasn't renewed. CBS didn't renew it in 88. And I believe 90210, the first season, if I'm not mistaken, was in 1990. So there wasn't, and that's when it came out. That's when it hit, TV. So they were probably maybe recording it. I don't think they were recording it in 88, but more than likely probably 89, 90, or maybe early 90 and came out late 90. I don't know, but there wasn't a lot of time in between Our House and 90210. And, she was a very, very hardworking actress, and she was a child actress, and then she became an adult actress, and she just never skipped a beat. And gorgeous, ravishingly beautiful. And just wow, just really. And even on Our House, even on Our House, she was already kind of like a teen heartthrob, because I don't know what her age was during Our House, but for that second season, I felt like she was, like I said, I mean, she turned around and did 90210 a year and a half later. But Our House was not marketed for the audience I would say that 90210 was. But you know, and that's another thing why Our House didn't take off. I have no idea. You know, Wilford Brimley was a tremendous star, and so was the mom on that show, Deidre Hall, I think, from the soaps and all that. Very, very talented actress. And then you had David Witherspoon, who I forget his name. He's a prominent LGBTQ plus activist now, but he was all over all the like little teen magazines. And then Molly Witherspoon, I think she kind of like gave up on acting, or she just like had enough with all of that. And then the guy next door, what was his name? He was also like a cast member, O'Houlihan or something like that, I think was his real name. Or no, I think that's the little girl. It was Gus. I don't know, the next door neighbor. I don't remember his name right now, but it was a very, very good series, and it was backed by CBS, you know, one of the big three. But I think they put it in a time slot. Mr. Kaplan, that was the next door neighbor. He was brilliant, very, very good actor as well. Long resume of acting in movies and TV shows, and they also hit on really important life topics and addressed like sexism. They addressed drug use. They addressed crime. They addressed family values. They addressed, you know, just merit, you know, the importance of getting things because you earn them as opposed to just here you go, you know, 10th place medals, participation medals and all that. Really talked about like the work ethic and responsibility and, you know, respect, just a lot of things, you know what I mean? And even like the Monona Club when Mr. Kaplan was trying to get in and couldn't get in. I mean, there's a lot of things there. I think Hallmark is running the show now, but I've read like I think it was Rolling Stone and a couple other publications. She doesn't get credit for Our House, not because she didn't do Shannen Doherty doesn't get credit for Our House because I think Our House it only lasted a couple of seasons, but it was a really, really good series. So if you are any kind of a Shannen Doherty fan and you want to watch Our House, I think there's like 48 shows, 48 episodes or something like that. It was a very, very good run, very good series. It just, unfortunately, I think it was, they put it, geniusly, they put it up against 60 Minutes or something like that, the same time slot, and it got killed. But it could have been huge. And if it had been huge, you know, who's to say that 90210 would have happened? Because again, in my opinion, 90210 like was centrally about, you know, Brenda and Brandon Walsh, you know, and them moving to Beverly Hills. And that's kind of, you know, all the other characters had important roles, but I would say that I think that Brenda Walsh and Brandon Walsh and their parents, you know, and the cultural sort of dynamics that were changing and all that was probably the central theme, at least for the first, maybe the second season, and how they adapted, you know. And so if Our House had not been canceled, who's to say if 90210 would have happened? So it's like one door closes, another door opens. But I'm sorry, guys. I'm having trouble. Like I just, it's these videos that deal with people that I don't want to say that were important to me, because I don't make a video about people that are not important to me, but people like, I mean, I'm like reliving my childhood and my adolescence right now doing this video. So I just wanted to add my voice here from Sight Sounds Flavors on YouTube, sightsoundsflavors.com, to mourning the passing of Shannen Doherty, who for me will always be Kris Witherspoon, you know, wanted to get into the Air Force Academy, and Brenda Walsh, you know, Midwestern girl in the heart of posh Beverly Hills.